There's a Japanese company that restores G-Wagons and W124 wagons.
Oh, yeah.
They're so sick. And they actually basically do what we're describing. You know, they restore them, and they all run the, you know, those flat disc hubcaps?
Yeah.
Like, they look so, like, just, like, so Euro.
Like the basic ones.
The basic ones, yeah. And they do, like, flat interiors, manual conversions, and all kinds of cool stuff.
There's an old Benz guy here in L.A., J.G. Francis, who has some crazy shit. He did that, if you've seen Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee this season, the green one that Jerry bought that he's got on the show. He's got, he picks up Martin Short in it.
Okay.
It looks actually a lot like the one from Like it looks a lot like this
Dude,
from
is
your
that
show,
the one?
but
Did
it
he
was
just
green.
buy it?
He bought it recently.
It might have been the one that came to Vegas.
Oh, that
we
one
had
was
like
so
an
clean.
absolutely impeccable one that came to Radwood Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, we did a Vegas show. There's another one.
Yeah.
Forgot about the Vegas show. That one was absolutely insane.
Yeah, I saw that Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, though.
Yeah, it's this one.
It does look exactly like it.
And it looks amazing.
Dude, it might be it.
Wrong picture.
Yeah, because this guy brought one, and it was basically the nicest one we had ever seen. I mean,
this
pretty
thing,
insane.
I think it was like $100,000.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah,
like
yeah.
but it's the one where, you know, those sales, like that $90,000 E30, it's like, or E46 M3 from last week or whatever, where it's like everything. It's like right history, right color, right spec, right miles, right restaurant.
But now everyone thinks their car's worth $100,000.
No, they're not. This one is. This is like the most perfect spec and the most perfect.
Totally.
And I think it had like 25,000 miles on it.
Is it a manual?
Yes.
Oh, it might be this one then. The one that came to our show even had a matching Cocoa Matte dash cover, which I thought was super rad.
That actually sounds right.
So if he's got that in there, it's got to be it.
I wonder how it came to your show. I wonder who had it. Maybe J.G. Francis brought it.
It's possible. Yeah. I mean, he might have been there. I can look, but yeah. I mean, we have all sorts of cool stuff. Speaking of Benzes, actually going back to San Francisco, our most recent event, we had the first Rentec car ever made at that show.
Really?
We were pretty stoked on that.
What was the first Rentec car ever made?
W201. So it was a 190 Cosworth that started its life just as a standard 16 valve car that was then basically completely gone over. And the car actually does not have the Cosworth 4 in it. It's got an inline 2.6 that's been massaged. So it's a pretty interesting car, and it was built for the
Would that be it?
Let's see, maybe type first one. It's probably the one down there actually.
It's on our Instagram.
It's the one with the big wheels. It's probably the third one over from the top there, I think. Yeah, that one right there.
Oh, it looks dope.
Yeah,
I think it's that one. Yeah,
well,
so
I'll fuck with that all day.
It's fucking awesome. And so the guy,
So what motor is it?
So it's the inline 2.6 massage to whatever, I don't know what
six-cylinder.
Inline 6. Yeah,
inline 6. Yeah, so it's not it came with a Cosworth obviously, and it was built
and
for.
It's a manual still.
And it's a manual.
That's fire.
Yeah, and it was built for the CEO at the time of the pre-merger AMG North America organization. So it was actually the guys out here, AMG North America president, I guess. And
well, Hartmut, he was with AMG.
He was, yeah.
And then he moved. You know, he started his own thing, which is Rentec. And
right.
So I went to Rentec like 8 years ago. And I remember he had so much cool shit behind his shop that was just all dirty and
it's one of the coolest shops I've ever seen in my life.
And they were doing dyno runs and stuff. And then out back, there's like a bunch of like stuff like that's just like under dust and like tattered. And he just kind of doesn't have time to get to it.
He doesn't have a real him and Steve Dinan.
He doesn't care about old stuff.
He doesn't care about the old stuff.
All about the new stuff.
All that's important is the next project. Yep. The old cars don't matter. Like he'd probably sell you fucking anything back there just to get it out of there.
I remember there was a 500E back there. And it was like one of the first cars that they had done. Yeah. And it was rad. And it had Rentec, like it had the like graphics
the real,
on it. And it was like all the body kits. And they make their body kits. Like they're a really cool shop. You know, they do all the carbon layup and all this stuff.
Yeah, they're thorough.
They're pretty good.
And that's who you would send, like if you don't go to like HG or like that's who you'd send a lot of your old AMGs to.
For sure.
Yeah, and they had a 500E back there just like under like years of dirt, dude. And he just like kind of like, oh yeah, that's like one of, you know, it's a car from back then that we built. Like, like just like whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like you look at, you know, we're looking at it now with like Radwood eyes, and it's just like,